This is the new Triumph Tracker 400 and just look at it covered in mud. Wide handlebars, dual sport tires, a beautiful seat cowl. It looks like it's ready to climb a mountain. But that's exactly what it's not designed to do. I've spent a while with this Triumph Tracker 400 and I've got a couple of points I'm pretty surprised no other journalist has mentioned. So stick around. The main reason why I think you will buy the Tracker is its design, and I wouldn't blame you. It looks gorgeous. You've got a new tank, which is slightly wider and slightly shorter than the Thruxtons. You've got this seat cowl that looks very pretty. You've got this flat tracker inspired side panel that also looks very good. And you've also got a new handlebar that's wide and pretty nice to hold on to. But the highlight for me is the livery. It looks really nice and very well in place. Compared to all the other TR series bikes, I think this livery looks the best. But in monsoons, you really need to lock in this livery, which is why I use Speed Gloss. Speed Gloss is a ceramic-infused spray that gives your bike a deep, mirror-like shine while adding a hydrophobic layer that repels water, making it perfect for the rainy season. Just spray a few mists onto the surface, spread it evenly with a microfiber cloth, flip the cloth over and wipe away any excess. In just a few moments, your bike looks showroom fresh again. Thank you, Prismax!
In the first 5 minutes of sitting on this motorcycle, you realize that this is not an off-roader, this is not a scrambler. This still has the heart and the soul of a cafe racer only. It's like a baby Thruxton, but with a little bit less commitment and a little bit more comfort and a little bit more city dweller-esque capability. So yes, you are less committed, but you can still go down and tuck in very nicely, just like any other cafe racer. Let's go. One thing that I love about the TR series of bikes, all of them, is how tractable they are in the city. Regardless of what motorcycle you pick, the Scrambler, the Thruxton, the T4, all of them are designed to thrive in scenarios like this where you're just basically chilling in 1 or 2 gears, and it is phenomenal at this. Yes, you do have a couple of issues and they come from the ergonomic front. So let's talk about how you sit on the motorcycle.
Swing your leg over the tracker and you are sat in a motorcycle that feels pretty much the exact between the Thruxton and the Speed. You're not as committed as the Thruxton, but you're not as relaxed as the Speed. And you've also got a lot of different things that have changed the ergonomics completely. The foot pegs have moved slightly further back than the Speed, but the pillion's foot peg has stayed in the same place, which is why my foot gets stuck with the pillion's foot peg, especially when I'm about to push the motorcycle. And that could be annoying for people with big feet. The bottom half is a little cramped in my opinion, but you've got quite a lot of space in the tank in order for you to move your thigh around. And the seat is also quite big even though you've got the cowl. So there is quite a lot of leverage for you to move around on the motorcycle. The top half, as I said, is a little bit more committed than the Speed, but now the wider handlebar gives you much more leverage in order to take corners while pushing. It is not comfortable, I would say, because you cannot rest your forearm on the tank, but you still have much more leverage, which allows you to not move your lower body that much and just use your upper body in order to give the motorcycle direction, making it slightly easier to ride.
This is where the cramped ergos, wild handlebar and lean forward position actually start to hurt you. See, when you're crawling in traffic like this, you're not capable of putting your butt down and squatting in into position and actually getting comfortable, which is that tucked in position in this motorcycle, in my opinion. So you're putting quite a lot of pressure on the handlebars, leaned in forward in a pretty half-assed position. Please mind my language. I don't like it. It's a little awkward, but if you aren't used to being in the fetal position that I like to be in, which is like something like this. Sorry, camera. It is in the middle of sorts, where I am putting pressure on my wrists and I am feeling a little pressure on the back of my shoulders. So, I mean, this would be a little annoying if this is going to be pretty much majority of your commute, which is people who are living in Mumbai or in Delhi and need to travel at like peak rush hours. Even the Bangalore boys need to crawl in traffic. So yeah, it would be a pain in the ass to do your 9 to 5 while riding this. But the moment the road opens up, that's when the party starts.
Look at the amount of traffic, and these guys will come and jump onto the opposite. Look at that. भैया लाइन किधर है? लाइन किधर है? आप किधर खड़े हो? चलो अंदर. लाइन किधर है? आप किधर खड़े हो? चल, आप लोगों के वजह से ही ट्रैफिक हो रहा है. चलो अंदर. लाइन के वजह से आपके वजह से ट्रैफिक हो रहा है. आपके वजह से ट्रैफिक हो रहा है. चलो अंदर. लाइन देखो गवारो. लाइन देखो. You look educated. You to look educated too. Look at that. That guy to has road. This is a one way. This guy will think this is guy's road and he is actually going to tell me side. That's crazy. कहाँ से आ रहे हो भाई? महीनों से रास्ता बंद है, आपको यहाँ से आने का है. जाओ.
Now find a set of twisties and the Thruxton 400 starts to make much more sense. This is not as hunkered down as the Thruxton with the clip-on handlebars, which lets you be a bit more relaxed on top, but it does not compromise when it is time to pick up pace. In fact, it lets you be much more comfortable at the same pace. So I am recovering from an injury in my knee.
Yeah, boys. I'm gonna be here for a while.
Which doesn't let me stay completely squatted down and moving my butt left and right. It doesn't let me do that now. So this motorcycle is a breath of fresh air because I can keep my butt down and essentially just use my upper body to enjoy the ride. Woo, bad road. Not a problem. These dual sport tires are actually quite nice and give you a lot of feedback. I'm not really bothered about when the roads get bad or anything because these tires actually provide a lot of grip. And it's the monsoon right now, so even when it gets wet, the water evacuation on these tires is phenomenal. I have zero loss of grip over puddles, which is really nice. But this motorcycle would be insane on a set of like Apollo H1s or even the Vredestein tires that the Speed 400 comes with. That would be absolutely crazy. When you get your butt out, you can do it. You can still like hunker down and ride if you feel like a MotoGP rider. But honestly, it's not as comfortable to do as you would do it in the Thruxton. In the Thruxton, the handlebars are narrow. You can nicely rest your forearm on the tank. This one, you can't do that. This one, in fact, allows you to get a little closer to the tank and maybe kick your leg out like an actual flat track racer. I am so not a flat track racer, which is why I'm not even going to try it. But this motorcycle does allow you to push in a much more relaxed position, which I think is something you should definitely consider if you're not very comfortable with the Thruxton, in my opinion. Sorry. Thank you.
I love how this 350cc TR series engine has retained quite a bit of its character from the 400cc engines. Let me explain. Below 7000 RPM, it's still quite ginger as a motorcycle. It's easy to ride, it's not that difficult to push the motorcycle below 7000 RPM. But after 7000 RPM, the motorcycle remembers that it's got 40 horsepower and you need to bring your A game. Now, my issue is that the personalities have not seamlessly blended together as well as they did in the 400cc engine. Now, the engine below 7000 RPM feels genuinely meh, but it feels like a switch has been switched after 7000 RPM. And that seamlessness that you would get in the 400cc engine is just not there anymore. And my theory is that Bajaj or Triumph decided to go the most convenient, easiest, fastest way through the GST reforms route and decided to de-stroke the engine and do nothing else about it. So when you de-stroke the engine, the bore stays the same and you're going to need much more fuel at the beginning stages in order to bring out much more horsepower from the bottom end. However, you don't have long enough a stroke now to produce more bottom end power, which means you need to rich it out, which means 350cc still has the same mileage as 400cc. So who is this bike for? If you want a motorcycle that can do absolutely everything without it being amazing at absolutely everything, this. It's more comfortable than the Thruxton, it's more fun than the Speed, and it looks pretty expensive while not being expensive at all. It's a city dweller that is fun and makes you look very cool while doing it. So if you need a motorcycle for your 9 to 5 but you're a young guy that can handle a slightly committed position and you just want to look cool while riding, look no further than the Tracker. In my opinion, it's the second best because I prefer the Thruxton. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments down below.